As we actually begin to make our automata, we need to understand what sort of materials we have on hand. For example, this is our box that we're going to use. These are quite rigid using the gusset plates and the hot glue. So I believe I've got this oriented so that this is the top, so there'll be a hole here for the follower going in this direction. And then on the side here and here will be the axis, and the cam will be in here. Key thing we need to understand is that this thickness here is about 0.1 inches. We should assume that it's just 0.1, and we need to design perhaps some objects that we can 3D print that will facilitate this axle, I should say, going through the cardboard. So this is a 1/4 inch here and here, and it's some length which doesn't matter at the moment. So we need to have something which will allow a 1/4 inch square axle to go into that box and allow it to rotate. So we can't just stick that square cross-section axle in there and expect it to rotate smoothly. So what we can do is we can make a new part, and we're going to see if we can go from a square to a more rounded area to interface with the box so that it'll rotate nicely. So I'm going to go up to the parameter window, and I'm going to define a new parameter, and I'm going to call it side for the side of the axle. It's a 1/4 inch, so side of axle, I'll just leave it at that for now, and done. So let's go ahead and make the place where the 0.25, actually it should be side, tab side. Now we can talk in class about if we want to increase that by a few thousandths to make sure that that wood will fit. Worst comes to worst, we can always sand the wood just a bit. So this is going to be where the axle goes into this little feature I'm making. So let me go here, and I'm going to pull this out. And how big do I want to make this? I don't want it to be too big. So we're in diameter mode here. So the maximum distance here is 0.25 root 2, the diagonal. So let's make this twice the, about 2 times the side. So that's what, 1/2 inch. So okay, let's try that. So let's make this little feature that we're going to do that will facilitate the square axle going into the box, and let's make it I'm going to say this can vary, I don't know. So let's make it side. Let's make it as deep as it is. Yeah, so as deep as the size of the axle. Don't know if that's going to work. What we want to do though is we need to make, I think, a few, let's see, some guides for that. So I guess I could share this sketch. I'm just going to make a new sketch here. I'm going to project the geometry here, and I'm going to offset and come up, and I'm going to make this side over 2. That should be 1/8 of an inch. Finish it, and then I'm going to extrude that part the other way by a pretty small amount, say 0.05, not too much. So what do I have so far? I've got this thing here, and remember, the idea may be that we somehow get the cardboard in here. We gently maybe make a cut in it, insert this in there, and then re-glue the cardboard, and this will fit in there. So I think we want another one of these on the other side. I don't want to extrude, I want to basically do exactly what I just did, and there are easier ways to do this, but let me again offset by 1/8, finish, and I'm going to extrude the other way by 0.05. So the idea is we have our cardboard in here, and it's prevented from moving out because we've got these large areas here, and that's an annoying ring. So this is the kind of thing we want to think about making, and I'll leave it here. Thank you.